guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to it if you are new here. My name is Rachel, and today I was going to share with you my January 2018 monthly favorites. So let's jump right in. First of all, I'm going to start with body care stuff because I don't know about y'all, but my skin gets crazy dry in the winter. And it's weird because LA doesn't get like crazy cold, you know, it just kind of gets cooler than before. I mean, I think the coldest it's been during the day here has been like 60 or low 60s, I don't know. But anyway, regardless of what temperature it is, my skin gets really dry in the winter months, starting in probably early December. And to combat that, I have quite a few products that I lean on regularly, but a couple new ones that I found this year also. So I'm going to start with regular old body lotion. My favorite has been the Cerave Moisturizing lotion for normal to dry skin. It's just my absolute favorite lotion to use all over because number one, is fragrance free, so it doesn't conflict with any perfumes or body oils that you're going to be wearing, which I love. I love perfumes and fragrances. I have so many of them, but I'll save that for another video. The other thing that I really love about this, in particular on my legs, is that it sinks in super quickly and it doesn't leave any kind of residue. Because one of the things that I hate the most in this world is when I wear a dress and I moisturize my legs and I cross my legs and then they don't stay put because they're slipping and sliding everywhere. This one doesn't do it, and you can pick this up at pretty much any old drugstore or Target or Walmart or whatever. It is a little bit on the pricier side, but one of these bottles lasts me at least a year and it's 8 fluid ounces. So it's really good stuff if you have dry skin, or just even if you don't, because it's really lightweight and it just sinks in really easily. The next thing I tend to gravitate towards in the winter is hand cream. I try to use it every day all year round, but I'm not the best at it. And I think I finally found my ultimate holy grail hand cream that I don't ever really want to be without. And luckily it comes in a nice big tube, and it is the Clarins, what do you call it? Just hand and nail treatment cream. And I find that this is really great for not only my hands, but also for my cuticles and my nails. And I really try to, you know, rub it in on the back of my hand and then work it into my fingernails also. Just like the CeraVe, this sinks in really fast. After a while, you know, you can't really feel it on your hands anymore. It just kind of goes away and it doesn't feel like you're wearing hand lotion. That's another thing that I hate, is when you can really feel like a residue on your hands all day long. It gets in the way and makes me want to wash my hands, which just makes them drier, and then the cycle starts all over again. But this stuff really is fantastic. And it also has a really great smell to it. To me, it just kind of smells, has a very light scent to it. I can't really put my finger on exactly what it is, but to me it kind of smells like bubblegum a little bit, but it's very light and you can barely notice it. And definitely after a while, after it's been on your hands, you can't smell it anymore at all. Another product that is actually new to me this year and is courtesy of a birthday present that one of my friends gave me is a shower gel from Lush, and it is the scent Rose Jam. This is a bigger size. I got the really tiny size in a little kit that she gave me with the rose, it's just rose argan body conditioner that you use in the shower. I love this stuff because it not only smells delicious like rose and vanilla, it smells like Turkish delight. It settles down to a very delicate just sweetness that doesn't combat any kind of perfume that you're putting on. Because I know that I do like to mix and match perfumes and shower gels when I know that they'll complement each other, but this really doesn't take anything away from whatever body wash you're using, and it is also incredibly moisturizing. Now moving on to skincare, I'm going to start with a product that I just keep going back to over and over again, regardless of what new cleansers I try out. I just always keep going back to this, and it is the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. And it's just one of those cleansers that does its job. It's simple, it's not crazily fragranced, there's not a lot of essential oils in it, so it's not one of those things that if you have really dry skin that it will really do a lot. But the good news is that it will not strip your skin, so it's not going to make it extra dry. I particularly love this in the morning. That's really just the only time that I use it. And it has a nice light fragrance. To me, it smells like cucumber. Got it on my nose. Oh, it's in my nose. It's in my nose. It's got a nice light, refreshing, awakening fragrance, and it does a really good job of taking off the sweat and oils that I have had on my face the night before. And then moving on to a new to me product that I have actually had in my little travel sized skincare box in my closet that I decided to try recently because, like I've said, my skin gets really dry in the winter, but it also gets really sensitive. So I can't rely on a lot of the same acids that I use to exfoliate my face other times of the year, but I decided to pick up this one and give it a try because it is a vitamin C facial peel. So I thought instead of being heavy with acids and things like that, that it might be a little bit gentler on my skin and not give me the rashes of dermatitis that I tend to get around my nose here. And it is the Murad Intensive C Radiance Peel. This is just a tiny little tube here that, like I said, has been living in my travel size skincare drawer for a while. It's one of those quick masks that you just pop on if you're like, if I'm going to be going out at night and I want just a quick little wake me up for my skin to kind of exfoliate a little bit so that makeup sits better. I pull this out and it has been a lifesaver for me because, like I said, I haven't been able to use some of the stronger acids that I usually rely on throughout the rest of the year. Skincare and body care taken care of. Now we're moving on to the fun stuff, makeup. I guess I'm going to start with the newest additions to me, and they are two brushes from Charlotte Tilbury. I have the blusher brush here and then the eye blending brush. I have been wanting to buy both of these for a long time, really, but in particular the eye blender brush has been something that I've had my eye on for a while. I only have one other kind of crease blending brush that I rely on really heavily, and it is a discontinued brush, so I apologize for mentioning it, but it is the Chanel number 12, and I really love this, and I have for, gosh, probably going on 6 or 7 years now I've had it, and I've been completely obsessed with it. But the tip of it, if you'll notice it, it's kind of more tapered at the top. Let me get it to focus. It's more, come here. It's more tapered at the top, so you can't really get a massive amount of blending, but it's still really great, especially for me because I have more hooded eyes and kind of smaller surface area to work with, so this is nice to really get in there and blend it out in the crease. But when I want something to blend out the edges a little bit more, I've been reaching for this, and this has just been the most beautiful blending brush that I think I have ever tried in my entire life, and I think I like it even more than the Chanel, which is saying a lot. It's got a wider, see if you can see, it's got a wider top to it where it doesn't really get tapered at the end. So what this is even great for is just applying shadow all over the lid, and if I were traveling for something that was like a special event or, you know, party or something like that, I would probably take this with me, and I might not need to take any other eye brushes except for maybe a pencil brush. It's fantastic, and it is so bloody soft. Oh my gosh, it's amazing, and it just feels like heaven. Disperses product, blends product so beautifully, and it gives you this most gorgeous kind of diffused eye makeup look. It looks very editorial, and I'm just obsessed with it. Also new to me is another brush from the Charlotte Tilbury range, the blusher brush. It's one of your more traditional brush heads where it's more tapered at the bottom and then splays out at the top, but it's also densely packed enough that it's not it's not so fluffy that it just barely dispenses any product on your face. But again, I do find that this really doesn't, it doesn't pack on the color so much that you're like, holy cow, I put way too much blush on my face, and you can really blend it out. And it's just it's a really great size for my cheeks in particular. I like to kind of swirl it back. And again, so incredibly soft. I cannot even describe it to you. You just have to go try it out, rub it on your face, and enjoy it. I don't know what type of hair it is, but it is a natural bristle brush. So if not using natural hair is really important to you, I'd stay away from this. All right, brushes out of the way. Let's do another product that I have actually been using I know it was ever since the Charlotte Tilbury line launched in the US. This was one of the first products I picked up. So I know that I've had it since Charlotte Tilbury launched. I don't know exactly when that was, but it is a product that I've only now been seeing get a lot of love on the internet. And it is her Airbrush Flawless Finish Pressed Powder. First of all, I mean rose gold. With Charlotte Tilbury, packaging is always A plus. Rose gold is my favorite, and the packaging is just top notch. It's nice and slim. It's nice and slim. The only criticism I'd give for the packaging is that it's plastic, and you can definitely tell that it's plastic, so it doesn't have that super luxurious feel, but at the same time it's going to travel better. It's a little bit lighter. It comes with a nice big mirror here. I don't know if you can see that there. I have the shade number 1 Fair. You can see by the powder it is just one of the most finely milled, most beautiful translucent powders I have ever used. I love it because it doesn't make my face look cakey, and while I do tend to have oily skin, I have oily skin because it's dehydrated. So this stuff doesn't dehydrate my skin and make it produce more oil. It just kind of, it sets well, it doesn't set things, it's not a setting powder, but it definitely it gives you that airbrushed look that it claims to. It really does what it says. It lasts forever. It's easy to touch up with. When you touch up with it, it doesn't make anything else look cakey. This is holy grail for me. I don't ever want to be without it, and I've been hearing a lot of makeup artists really touting and singing its praises on the internet, and they do for good reason. It just is a magical, blurring, finely milled, non-cakey powder that makes your makeup look better and helps it last throughout the night. I've been hearing Nick Chapman from Pixie Woo talking about this a lot, and I finally decided to go and pick it up. It is MAC's Cream Color Base in Hush, and it is one of the most beautiful highlighters I have ever used. It actually looks really pink in the pan, and when I picked it up and looked at it in person, I was like, that's like really peachy and it's really pink. I don't know how it's gonna look, but I sucked it up and bought it anyway without actually even trying it. I figured I can just return it if I need to. And I applied it on my face with no other face makeup on, no powder, no concealer, no foundation, nothing. And it just brought out the most beautiful lit from within glow. And it doesn't look super obvious. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love crazy, you know, shimmery highlighters like the Becca Champagne Pop and Becca Moonstone, which I also love and have, but it's just, I don't know, it gives you that, like I said before, that lit from within glow that's not super obvious, but when, and I'm wearing it right now, I mean, you can actually see it picks up really well on camera. Look at how pretty that is. It's just, it's like sheeny without being metallic or shimmery, and it looks kind of wet on your skin. I am one of those types of people that loves to use a different fragrance depending on what I'm wearing or where I'm going or how I'm feeling that day. This is a fragrance that I had lusted over for, gosh, years and years and years. When I first sniffed this product at Neiman Marcus, I filed it away in my head. When I get married, this will be my wedding day perfume. Don't care if it's Brian, don't care who it is, this is what I'm wearing on my wedding day. So when I got engaged and I was planning my wedding and the Sephora VIB sale rolled around, I decided to splurge on it for myself. And I actually ended up going with the bigger bottle because the bottle that I was gonna go for, it sold out, so I went, you know, it's fate. It's just fate. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy the big one. It's my wedding day perfume. If I take care of it and keep it in a cool, dark place, it will stay good forever. I even keep it in its original box because I just love it that much. And it's beautiful. Who wouldn't want this on their dresser or vanity, right? Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. I can't say enough good things about this fragrance. I love every last thing about it. And here's the actual bottle. Like I said, I keep it in the box, number one, to protect it, to keep it from going bad for as long as I possibly can, because I want to be wearing this to my daughter's wedding. That's how long I want to have it for. This is the 100 ml size, and I never usually buy a fragrance this big because, like I said, I rotate them a lot, so it's hard for me to finish one. But I had to do it with this one. Oh my god. It's I mean, I know everyone has their own fragrance preferences, but this is sex in a bottle. Y'all, it's sex in a bottle. And I can't decide if I want to wear it all the time or if I never want to wear it and just savor it forever, but I tend to wear it on date night a lot. especially if it's one of those date nights where you want a little something to happen. I wear this because number one, it just smells sexy AF, but also it lasts and it reminds me of my wedding day, which is obviously one of the best days of my life, if not the best. And I always knew that I wanted a special fragrance for my wedding day, and I am so happy that I made it this one because it's my bae. Alright guys, so that is my January monthly favorites. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please give this video a big old thumbs up, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below letting me know what some of your favorite products were for this month. I can't wait to see you guys again, and I'll be back real soon. Bye.